on real quick to chit chat about what's been going on in the news. I saw a clip about how they were trying to paint a narrative of that Nolan was sloppy drunk, 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever time it was in the morning, and his coach had said that he was not. He had spoke with him, was talking with him, and he was not a sloppy drunk. And he was talking about college. He was talking about football. He was talking about a lot of, intellectual stuff. And his coach is an adult, and he would know if Nolan would have been like inebriated, right? Because I'm telling you guys, your coach knows your mannerisms and your personality, and plus they're adults, okay? They know the difference between sober and inebriated. And he is upset because he was concerned because he's been listening to the news too, and he was listening to how they were painting the narrative about Nolan being sloppy drunk, and he know that was not true. And this is coming from his mother's post that she was posting sitting in the vehicle with her attorney, Ben Crump, right? So yeah, guys, like, I don't know what it is about people, like they love to paint a narrative about you demonically to try to get people to, that's a part of humiliation ritual. That's a part of the slander campaign, and it's used covertly on your opponent's side, okay, whoever your opponents are, because this is a general message, spiritual message, right? But your opponents, whether they're known or unknown, but because we talk about a lot of covert stuff that happens, right? These people be hiding behind the scenes, and they be covertly harassing and attacking people and painting a narrative about that individual who's being targeted. This is why we talk about targeted individuals. They're actually turning this situation into a targeted situation. They're targeting the mother of Nolan Wells, and they're constantly sending these negative, ideology, negative attacks towards her, shooting these negative arrows, okay? And we know about these negative arrows. They come from the devil. The devil, he likes to shoot his negative arrows at us. He likes to, target us for the humiliation, the persecution, because guess what? That's what his job is to do, is seek who he may devour. And once he is locked in on us, just like he's a serpent, he's a snake, when a snake locks in on its prey, it continues to monitor, it continues to lurk, it continues to watch, it continues to, do all these sneaky demonic stuff that the devil does. And then, like I told you guys, like in the Bible tells us, while you're sitting there praying to God and asking God for help and favor and protection, that old sneaky demon is lurking, you know what I'm saying, that serpent. So you just have to keep staying prayed up, keep staying focused on God, stay focused on your focus, and keep moving forward. So yeah, they were painting the narrative about Nolan being a sloppy drunk, and he's not. He was a great student. He did what he needed to do. He was just he was out with friends that he thought was his friends, and it was not. It was not the truth. It turned out not to be the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I pray that his family gets justice, so everyone can get closure. I'm hearing that it's some people out here doing some tactics that they don't need to be doing, because it's not actually helping Nolan's family. It's actually making it worse. Like, it's some man from California, they said some Hispanic man from California was making this threats. Had nothing to do with the African American black community, So it's like, what is really going on here? Like, what's going on? Is this is it baiting? Baiting? Is he getting paid to do this kind of stuff? But who would want to do what he's doing Okay, but see, that's why I be saying, like, they be adding on innocent people. Like, you got to stop. Let's stay focused on the mission. Let's stay focused on the truth. Nolan can get his justice, because now, you know what I'm saying, we still haven't forgotten Carmelo Anthony. He's still going through this stuff. What's going on with Carmelo Anthony? We should be, paying attention to these things too. Like, we got to pay attention, guys. It's like, it's spiritual warfare going on out here. It's spiritual warfare going on out here. So I just want to share that. It's a beautiful day, but like, outlets, national news outlets, we don't even know some of these YouTube pages, if they're telling the truth. Because I was looking at the news and I did a video last night, but I said do your own research. But anyway, it's saying that Trump is maybe ordering a national lockdown, or not according, because of no CVID. No, it's because of a lot of heightened stuff going on. It's a lot of heightened stuff going on, but I don't know if that's true, because we know a lot of these channels be running off of AI. Y'all, they be running off of AI and Chat GPT and AI automation and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's true that Trump issued a national lockdown, but he did say that even Chicago people were calling him up, contacting them, saying they need help to come and get some order in their city. And he said he's talked to the Illinois administration there, but he said it out of his own mouth that he has so he can do it. He can put in the order to shut this country down. Shut it down. So I don't know what's going on, y'all. Is it true, or was that AI automation? Because nowadays you can't just listen to something and take it for what it is. You got to go and do some research behind it, like you should do anyway, because that's how they taught us back in the days. Like, don't just listen to one resource, go get 3 of them and cross-reference this stuff. Does it make sense, or is one saying something out of line than the other? You have to start cross-referencing even the news commentary that we're hearing, because like I said, I just share the news that I hear, but you have to do your own research to see if it's true or not, because even sometimes the AI is so believable now. Like, some of the stuff that when you're looking at it, that's AI. Okay, you just know that's AI. But some of this stuff, it looks so believable that you like, I got a second check. Let me go back and go Google this. Let me go, do some research on this. But yeah, so it's a lot going on, guys. But don't let people paint the narrative of you, because even in our real physical world, we know it's a lot of people be out here targeting people for a humiliation ritual in their communities, and they be trying to target an individual. And they love, you can't be the new person in town without going through a humiliation ritual. If you are a type of person that's a public speaker, public figure, or on social media, or an activist, or somebody who's outspoken, okay, and a person who's liked and even sometimes not liked, okay. So you just got to know that, chosen ones, when you're moving and relocating, there's always going to be that spiritual force, that negativity, that negative demon. It's a demon for everything that you're going through in life, guys. That's why God tells us, it's like mainly it's a scripture for everything that you're dealing with. So when you know that positive side of that, you know that there's a negative side, a demonic side to whatever you go through. So you have to make sure you're staying alert, you're staying close to God, you're reading your scriptures, and you're getting your wisdom from God. You're getting your discernment from God. So yeah, that's what I want to talk about. And guys, you can always, like, if I'm talking too slow for you, because my stuff is just impromptu. Most of the stuff that I get, like, I might watch the news and then I'm just going to give it to you impromptu, right? You can hold You hold on. You can hold your finger on the top of the screen and it'll fast forward it. Just hold it like right at the top, like maybe in the middle top, or right here. You can just hold that and it will fast forward the video and you can hear me talking faster. So yeah, so if I'm ever talking on a video, guys, any video you're watching on TikTok or YouTube, you can put your finger on the screen and make the video go faster. So if you're having a busy day or whatever and you want to get through this video, just hold the thing. I even put my finger on here and re-listen to my videos, because it's good when you're a content creator to go back and re-listen to your videos, just in case you say something you don't like, or maybe not true, and you have a chance to clarify it. You know what I'm saying? You can hold your finger, at the top screen, and then it'll go fast, 2 times fast, however. Or when you're watching me from your phone or tablet, you can go into the settings or the little icon on the screen, click on them. You can put on captions, so English captions, maybe Spanish captions or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know if this thing, I gotta do more research. I seen a video last night that Trump said that he may be putting in a national lockdown, okay, a nationwide lockdown, because of this heightened situations going on. It's a lot of stuff going on, guys. We're going through a war. We're going through ICE trying to send people back to their countries and stuff like that. I believe, my opinion, they should send back the P, the C, the S, and then keep the good people here. Keep the workers here. Like, keep the people who, educated or who's doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But, for the criminals, send their ass on back. That bad energy, gone back over there. You know what I'm saying? But the good people, okay, so that's just my opinion. I may offend somebody. I don't mean to offend you. If you are the bad guy, don't be the bad guy. Be the good people. Come over here and be good and be kind to people and be optimistic and put in some work in the system. You know what I'm saying? I can say I put in the work in the system. So, and I'm indigenous here. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. Hey, y'all. Hello, Janina. Hi, that's a pretty name. Yeah. I'm indigenous to this place. So y'all gotta watch these people. They be looking out for stuff. And you gotta stay alert, guys, with what's going on. Like, they've been pulling people at the airports that's innocent people, pulling them and tugging them and stuff, and come to find out, like, the people who are for the people up there standing up for the people that are getting pulled, and say, hey man, leave that elderly man alone. Got the elderly Asian man all down on the ground, just down on the ground, like pulling all on. It's like 4 agents pulling on the man. Like, come on now, it's just absurd. But anyway, but yeah, guys, don't let nobody paint a negative narrative about you and you don't get a chance to speak up. Say your piece, say what you need to say, and get off of that stuff. Even on social media, guys, like, social media breeds a lot of hate, jealousy, envy, and that's sin, right? And when we know we're dealing with hate, jealousy, and envy, you need to attack it at that moment by responding, not reacting, and move on. Block them people, get away from it, stay away from that negative energy, because that negative energy breeds real true hate, guys. Don't play with it. I'm telling you. A lot of people be walking around here. They don't want to hear. They don't want to think with their spiritual mind. They don't want to talk with their spiritual mouth. They don't want to see with their spiritual eyes. Okay? They don't want to feel with their spiritual heart. They don't. It ain't nothing you can do to try to convince them. So say your piece with them. Don't let them just, be out here painting this negative narrative about you. You say your piece and you move on from that. But stay alert, okay? Because some people don't have critical thinking. They don't have empathy. Are not humble. And you got to know that. This is why a lot of this chaos is going on social media. Breeds a lot of evil. Social media, a lot of your true haters are watching your every move on social media. They're watching everything you're saying, you're posting, you're cooking, you're doing, anything you're doing. It's breeding hate, envy, and jealousy, chosen ones. So this is why I was saying, like with Nolan, they were Nolan Wells, may he rest in peace, young man. They took his destiny from him, and his family wants justice, right? As they should. Any family would want justice. But you can't be out here windmilling and saying all this negative stuff, because it's people in the background trying to figure this stuff out, and they need you guys to stop with the BS and the clickbait. It's people out here clickbaiting and stuff. This is what I was just talking about, the news with Trump saying he wants a national ban. But is it true? That's why I say you have to do your research. You have to take it in and then go do your own legwork. Take your own action. Okay, you put God first. You have faith. You see it, you believe it, and then you put in some action. God said faith without works is dead. So all that faith that you have, if you ain't out here putting in some work, like positive work, or trying to search for the truth, or trying to be at peace, or trying to work on your goals or something like that, all that talk is just talk. And that's how you have to, don't get trapped in the talk. The people are trying to trap you and distract us from the real thing. They're trying to distract the real investigators, the real true earth angels who are going to solve this case, the real true spiritual investigators that are here on YouTube, these real independent black media, independent national media, independent YouTube, TikTok media, from finding the truth. So don't get involved in all that he say, she say stuff. That's breeding jealousy, envy, and hate, guys. We're seeing this too much on this social media. It's grown people right now hating on me, chosen ones, hating on other adults, because they don't think with their spiritual. They don't put God first. They're not putting God first. They don't worship God. They don't give God the praise. They don't put their faith in God. They don't believe in God and his son Christ, the holy Messiah. They don't see themselves in victory. They don't put in the work for positivity. They're out here doing witchcraft. They out here trying to see when they can attack a chosen one of God, and God is going to destroy them. Every plan of the devil, the enemy, will be destroyed in Jesus' name through the blood of Jesus. So that's why you have to do your own research. Don't be believing what people tell you. Go do the research yourself. If you're looking for justice, go find it for yourself, because you're not going to really find it by yourself doing it on your own. Man will not find justice if he doesn't have God in him. God is the ultimate judge. God is the ultimate justice. He reigns supreme, y'all. Man can do what he gonna do, and you might have to suffer persecution for it. You get what I'm saying? You might have to go through a lot of suffering, but you're gonna get your victory, because you get your victory from God. I wish y'all could see me today, guys. But yeah, you get your victory from God, chosen ones. You get your victory from God, and don't let nobody steal your joy, your peace, your privacy, your protection, your abundance. It's 11:55 o'clock. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for listening. I don't like loudmouth demons. I don't, especially not men. A man who's a loudmouth demon, you can't trust him, y'all. Something ain't right. A real man ain't in the streets all loud and being unruly and talking negative about somebody. Every time you turn around, a loudmouth demon talking loud and just trying to be seen. You can't trust that. It's something in that demon. It's a demon operating in that individual. And this is not pinpointed at any specific individual, chosen ones. I'm a general spiritual messenger. I speak general messages. And just because I drop down in their physical world, don't give them the right to disrespect me. Because I have the right and the authority to stand my ground, speak my piece, and I'm protected by freedom of speech through the U.S. Constitution, okay? And I'm a media group. I done put in some work. I ain't just a channel that just got three videos on here. I got thousands of videos. So see, when they be trying to think that when I drop down in their environments, in their location, in their city or whatever, I'm out here trying to cause chaos and stir up problems and issues. I'm not the problem, actually, because I'm very quiet and pleasant when people meet me. I just read energy. And if that energy is too loud and just running amok, oh, baby, you don't get nothing from me. And is that why you're being loud? Is that why you're being so unruly when I walk on the scene? Because you know I read energy? Oh, yeah, I think that's what it is. Because I read energy. Yeah, child. But I read energy. Hey, y'all. What? What? You came in, you dropped in the middle of the conversation. I'm going to have to ask you to go back and rewind the video, replay. But you can put your finger on the screen after this video is played, or go back to my old videos and just anybody's videos and put your finger up on the screen, and it'll fast forward the video so you can listen to it on a busy day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really need to get through this video, put that finger right up here. I love listening to the videos when they talking fast. I get to hear everything. I'm a media personality, guys. I'm a media person on social media, so of course I'm gonna keep my ear to what's going on. Like, we need to know things like this. Like, it's a lady walked to the store the other day, minding her business. Another woman came to the front of the store and asked her, can she borrow some money? The lady told her no. Okay, innocent woman telling somebody who's asking for some money no. Do you know the woman slapped the woman? The woman who asked for the money and the lady told her no, she slapped the lady at the store, at a convenience store, just a neighborhood store. And then they start tussling and tuggling. The lady, the woman who asked for the money and slapped the woman, the innocent victim, left the store, came back and stabbed the lady in the heart. Lord have mercy. And the lady died, y'all. She was a daughter. She was a sister. She was a family member. She was a friend, guys. She had all her family showed up at that store and was like, how could somebody just kill you for $20? The mother said, you could have asked me for $20. You know what I'm saying? Like, this world is, man, I'm telling y'all got to pay attention to the spiritual messages sometimes that's coming out, but you got to pay attention to God. You got to put him first in all that you do. You got to get your protection, ladies. The criminals have protection. Why don't we, the victims, the innocent, the people who have the right to stand our ground when these bullies, these imps, these witches, these warlocks, these demons, these devils, these drug addicts, these takers come and harm us and try to harm us? We need our protection. You have the right to stand your ground where you live. You have a right to protect you, your family, your property, your assets. You have a right to protect yourself. If you get you a GUN, God, universe, nature. Put God first in everything you do, asking for protection. Universe, nature. It works for us. You can make sure God, universe, and nature works for you in a positive way by asking God for everything, believing that you will receive it, and put in action. God, universe, nature, you need your protection, chosen ones. God, universe, nature, you put in, use your critical mind to know what I'm talking about. Ladies, you need your protection. It's too many people out here, innocent, minding their business, and it's some old creep, damn demon, devil sneaking around, playing around, and trying to do some wicked wizardry. Yeah, men do spell work, y'all. Men do spell work. Men be out here putting spells and witchcraft on women, y'all. Y'all ain't know that? And it's sad because women be doing spell work and witchcraft on men and women. So what? So that means that men be out here doing. Hey, that's the question. Do men be out here doing spell work on other men? Ooh, wait. I better title this video, do men be putting spell work on other men? Chosen ones, you're not those spirit. You're a spiritual warrior. You know you have these spiritual messages, and I'm telling you, do men be putting witch on other men? I don't know, y'all. That's something to think about. That's something to think about, y'all. Men be putting spell work on other men. Because if women be putting spell work on women, and women be putting spell work on men, do men be putting spell work on other men? Because we know men put spell work on women. And let me tell you about the spiritual warfare, chosen ones. It don't have no respect for persons. The devil don't care if you're a man or a woman. The devil is an evil, wicked demon. Yes, he is. The devil is an evil, wicked demon. I'm turning around, y'all. Ooh, child. Oh, heck no. Ooh, child. Oh, no. See, this is why you have to get up and walk and ride and go and, ooh, you have to turn around when that energy, Lord have mercy. When something don't smell right, chosen ones, ooh, child. Pivot. Something in that grass don't smell right. Ooh, Jesus. I just had to get up out of the wheelchair today. I had to get up. I gotta keep moving forward, man, because I be feeling that heavy energy trying to stop me from moving to the next step. That heavy energy, it be coming on us, child. But I'm telling you, chosen ones, it's a lot of action going on. It's a lot of negative demonic stuff be going on, and some of y'all don't even know it. People be out here getting away with stuff. You have to be very alert. Whew. I was just trying to go do my video. That's all I was doing. That energy turned me around. Whew. That energy turned me around real quick. Let me sit my butt down. That was just meant to be. I was meant not to go that far. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to be spiritual living in this world. You got to be spiritual. That's why I say some of y'all are spiritual investigators, because I know I am, child. You be minding your business, end up the stuff be As soon as you walk down the street or you get on a plate, you get on your about your business, and there something is. That's why I say a lot of us spiritual warriors, we can really start a spiritual investigation unit. I'm telling you, where the people call us, and ask for deliverance and help, exercise whatever's possessing them. Or if a family needs to contact somebody like us to just ask them for insight and what they think, something, a spiritual call in line. Like I used to have the call-in shows with my StreamYard, like you call in and stuff and talk with me. But I had to take a break from that because of all the spiritual battles that I'm going through. But guys, let me tell you, when you talk about spiritual warfare, you're gonna get attacked. You're gonna get into a spiritual battle. That's just the law of attraction, law of nature. You know what I'm saying? Law of compensation, law of whatever, cause and effect, and so just know that. That's why you got to stay in prayer. You got to stay in battle. You got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You have to have God, universe, and nature. And because I be seeing a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff just don't. It looks connected. Some of the things you be going through, it be seeming connected. And you have to pay attention. Chosen ones, you got to pay attention to the signs. You really do. Ooh, I'm trying to get me some cool shade. It's so damp in this. Damn. Ugh. It'll be a lot in the grass now. Now you can't even sit in the grass anymore. It's like it's always something crawling in the grass. I don't know. We done stepped on something. A lot of ants in the grass. But anyway, guys, I wanted to get some cool shade. Can't really get any cool shade right now. The sun's coming over the house. But yeah, guys. Spiritual Investigations by Bronze. And I just had put that out in the airways. Chosen ones, I've only talked about, my call line, but even the people who need deliverance from demonic attachments, need people to talk to, because when the enemy is, attacking them, it tries to isolate them. Like, even with me being in spiritual battle right now, going through spiritual battle, this is like isolation. And sometimes isolation is good, but you don't want to be too isolated. Don't ever be too isolated. Okay? Because you'll be too isolated, and that's when they run the play. That's when they be trying to run the play, when you're too isolated. Ever be too isolated, guys. So on that note, I want to get off of here, but don't never let anyone paint a narrative, narrative about you, and you don't speak up. You let it just go. You let them just keep talking and keep saying little stuff, because they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it on your social media. They're gonna hide behind these accounts, and they're gonna be saying little stuff, and you can tell the wicked. Sometimes I'll be on a spiritual channel, and the Bible scriptures are being read, and these people will pretend like they one of us and come on there and say some negative demonic stuff. That's how you know you're dealing with a demon. And this, sometimes it don't be people, y'all. It really be demons on here, masking themselves through AI as humans, and then create these troll accounts. These are demonic entities that we're dealing with, chosen ones. And sometimes it is people. Sometimes it is people. It is somebody that don't like you that's doing this crap. But most likely the people, the real physical people who are doing this, are paid to do it. They need a benefit. They need to win. They don't want you to win. That's why they're doing it. And then sometimes it is AI doing this crap. Okay? So remember that. These people, I could be on a spiritual channel with the scriptures being read, talking about God, and here come a troll masking themselves as one of us and come and say something for me to catch it. And when I catch it, then they want to be, now they want to go about their business. Okay, boom. But you know that was a demon, because no real human, no earth angel is going to go to a channel that's talking about God and the scriptures being read with some BS. With some BS. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you're dealing with a demon. That's a demon. Come out of her, you demon. Come out of him, Satan. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. On that note, guys, all praises to the Most High God, Yahuwah, through His Son, Christ, the Holy Messiah. Talk to y'all later. Stop painting that negative narrative about that young man.